Good day, everyone. Welcome to our online panel discussion about exploring 21st century skills and learning environment for middle school youth. And today, we're going to hear their perspectives from our guests that are invited to answer some questions that we've prepared for them for today's discussion. Let's start off with the first question. How do youth assess students' 21st century life and career skills and their learning environments? Let's hear from Miss Marjorie Demecillo and Miss Shenna Mae Diong.
Thank you, Mr. Javierto. So, in a given research paper, there are two distinct measurement instruments are tested, and according to the results, the 21st century life and career skill scale and the 21st century skills classroom environment scale are quick, reliable psychometric measures. Student leadership and responsibility, effective teamwork, and flexibility are all evaluated by the 21st century life and career skill scale. In addition to my answer, I will give you to Mr. Diong.
Thank you, Marjorie. So the 21st century classroom environment scale is an accurate indicator of how well students believe their learning environments promote the acquisitions of skills necessary for success in the workplace and in life in the 21st century. In all areas, students reported having moderately higher perceptions of their abilities.
Thank you, Miss Shenna Mae Diong and Miss Marjorie Demecillo. That was very interesting and informative answer. For the next question is, how the results of this study be utilized in enhancing the 21st century life and career skills of students and their learning environments? Let us hear from Miss Ella Timtim and Miss Jeremae Guzman.
Thank you, Mr. Javierto. Measurement of 21st century learning settings in life and job skills is made possible in part by this study. Educators, researchers, and other service providers in the field of youth development, in order to promote and advocate for the development of 21st century life and job skills among children, providers can make use of these metrics in continuing investigation, assessment, and progress monitoring.
So the result of the study indicates that more participants use 21st century life and career skills, which includes the leadership and responsibility, working with others effectively, and adaptability. On the other hand, there are also participants who noted that their classrooms somewhat supported their learning of 21st skills. The result can be utilized and applied in terms of educational aspect, which this can give big contribution in enhancing and polishing the skills of students to meet the demand in the field of working area.
Yes, indeed. I agree to all of your answers. Thank you once again for giving us your time and for giving us some of your perspectives, opinions, and thoughts about those given questions. I hope to see you again soon and see ya.
Thank you for that very insightful panel discussion, people. Now we will be moving on to the next part of our discourse, where we will be talking about the technology integration evaluation tool, which we will use to determine if the aspects of the technology used in the classroom is beneficial for both the educators and the learners. So the directions for this is simple. Before we actually use the tool itself, we will first determine if the technology used inside the classroom is in any way beneficial or appropriate to the objectives of the subject by the educator. After doing that, we will now start checking off the list. We will now indicate the degree, point, or observation equivalent to the aspects manifested by the application. And then, we will do this by checking the rating number that we believe is appropriate for the said subject. So here we are shown 10 aspects that we should look out for when we are evaluating the effectivity of the technology used by the educator in the classroom. So here, there are 10 aspects which, for example, include applications used are educational, or the technology used promotes collaboration. So we should look out for these aspects when we are evaluating the effectivity of the technology used in the classroom.
Live from the Sanguinity News Center, this is Sanguine Morning News Express.
Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, world. Today's world has been entirely revolutionized by the wonders of technology, and the current system of education is no exception to that. Information and communication technology has indeed played a vital role in the improvement of the ways of education, especially for educators. Jeremae Guzman tells us more of the story.
Deutsche, technology is indeed everywhere, be it in hospitals, offices, or schools. It has greatly benefited everyone that has harnessed its utilities. Thus, we ask teachers from the municipality of Malboal about their thoughts on this. First, we have Miss Demecillo. Hi, good morning, Miss. I want to ask you if will information and communication technology make a difference in the teaching learning process and how?
Good morning, Ms. Guzman. So for me, it's a yes. It is because information and communication technology can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into curriculum. Schools use a diverse set of ICT tools to communicate, create, disseminate, store, and manage information. ICT plays the same role in our information and communication process and their outcomes as played by other technologies in making our life comfortable and purposeful.
I agree with that, Miss, that ICT provides help to almost everyone and also almost everything is done through ICT now, such as using computers to enhance classroom learning not only helps the students learn, but it helps teachers. By how? In what way can teachers effectively use computers and the internet in the classroom? And we have Miss Ella to address this question.
It is very evident that technological advancement have accelerated over the past few decades, and as a result, teaching deliveries has changed. These are just few of the many strategies I have been practicing for making good use of computers and the internet in the classroom. First, accessing data on student performance in online programs and examinations, keeping track of attendance, and recording grades using computers. I also accommodate different learning platforms to the student, like using spreadsheets, slideshows, and other documents that can be shared so they may get ongoing feedback on their work and support the current lecture.
Indeed, technology makes everything so instant now. Speaking of instant, for you, Ms. Shenna, as a teacher, in what way you can prepare the students to handle the reliable and scholarly materials found in the internet?
Internet users have access to a wide range of information. Most of it may be perceived as credible or unreliable depending on who you question. I would provide students with a guide for selecting sources that are trustworthy and beneficial to educational pursuits. Although I would assume that they would apply the information to make their own judgments, I would point out those that might not be the options and explain why. When students come across materials and data that presents concepts they are unfamiliar with or that maybe present different perspectives, they can be instructed to do more investigation. For instance, it is possible to educate learners to not accept research, surveys, or other data at surface level, but rather to go deeper into the methodology and specifics of the study in order to evaluate its validity.
Great idea! Thank you. Now let's have Mr. Javierto to discuss the relationship between education and industry and the mismatch between the knowledge and skills acquired by the students and the industry needs.
Well, universities must do more to support the growth of the nation's economy by fostering a knowledge that is innovative, competitive, and receptive to new ideas while enhancing the technological skills of business. However, partnerships and collaborations with business can also be advantageous for institutions of higher learning. The apparent gap between higher education and industry is partially caused by the dearth of the graduates who are sufficiently skilled for the workplace, particularly those who quantifiable abilities with science, technology, and engineering, mathematics, or the STEM fields.
And how about the mismatch between the knowledge and skill required by the students and the industry needs?
A skills mismatch occurs when there is a mismatch between the abilities that individuals possess and the skills that companies are looking for. It is a mismatch between skills and jobs. Skills mismatches can lead to increased unemployment, decreased competitiveness, and decreased investor appeal, which results in missed possibilities for productive transformation and job creation.
Very informative, Mr. Javierto. For now, the world of education is still at the standpoint where only time can tell where technology will lead it to. But nevertheless, the future of ICT in education has already been perceived as far-fetching and gets brighter as the days goes by. I am Jeremae Guzman, your partner in Sanguinity. Back to you, Deutsche.
Thank you, Ms. Jeremae Guzman. And that is your news straight from the source. This is Rondina from Sanguinity Morning News Express, now signing off.